So everyone thinks short holes are easy, right? Par 3, under 140, time to pin hunt. Short par 4, blast driver. Short par 5, gotta go for it in 2. But here's the truth. These are the biggest scorecard wreckers. Not because of your swing, but because of your bad strategy. Today, I'm showing you how to play smarter golf on each of these holes using real course management, real data, and the SwingWise rangefinder to avoid mistakes and play percentages. Let's hop into it. This is the classic trap. A short par 3 tucked in the front of the green. You have got a wedge in your hand and you're thinking birdie. Maybe even sticking it close. But here's the truth. This is where double bogeys are born. Short-sighting yourself, missing long, chunking in the bunker. Let me show you how to play this smart, not perfect, by aiming for the wise zone and playing the right shot for your dispersion. We got an example of a short par 3 here. It's about 124 where it is in the bowl. It's one of the better pin positions on this hole, but you know, from a club perspective, so the pin is like 124, 123, and that's kind of the top end of this club. So I'm gonna try and get it close because it's a short par 3. So I'm gonna hit my 50 degree. Let's see where we go. Pretty much right at it. Get up, get up. Oh, just short. And in hindsight, if I was playing it correctly, probably hit my gap wedge, which goes more like 130. So I have a little bit of a cushion. Normally from a golf course strategy perspective, I wouldn't want to hit something that just maxes out to get to that front pin because you come up short like I did. So let's see what we do with the gap wedge. It's 124, aiming right at that tree behind it. The green swell will bring it back to the hole. Get in! Get in! Say the gap wedge was the right play. Enough club to get there. Probably doesn't look like it on camera, but what I was like a little bit shorter backswing. That's kind of how I can take something off, but I still have that same force coming down. I think we're gonna have a tap in for birdie. Tweet, tweet, boys. All right, so we hit the club that we knew would get here, and we've got about 18 inches for tweet, tweet. Tweet, tweet, mother trucker! Jen loves that. I kind of like it too. All right, so the white ball we hit when we were trying to take the aggressive, you know, full out 50 degree came up a little short. Got pretty crappy lie right here, and we've got about 8 feet, 7 feet of grass to cover before we get on the surface. So I'm gonna have to hit kind of a jabby little pop it out shot, and hopefully time the force so that we can trickle on up there close. It's not too bad considering the lie. See if we can't make it. So we got about 5 feet. Gonna go a little left to right. Played on the outside left lip. Whew. Didn't come back all the way. By hitting the more aggressive shot with the club that would reach to, you know, maybe a yard short of where the pin is, we ended up coming like 6 yards up short. We hit it pretty good, but too high, and I think some wind might have caught it. Then we had a bad lie, you know, it cost us making an easy par, making an easy bogey. But on that type of hole, if you just have a front pin, make sure you hit something that's going to go past the front pin by like 5 yards, maybe even 10, depending on where your contact is with your game. Just because that extra cushion, assuming, you know, 10 yards past the pin isn't in water or something, I don't think you could have a configuration that tight. So anyway, if it's the front pin, you know, pretty much play a number or play a club that's going to go to the middle of the green. That way you have a bigger chance of hitting the fat part of the green, making your par and going on to the next hole. As we saw, got lucky and hit it to like 16 inches or 18 inches and made birdie. Let's go to the next one. You step onto a short par 4 and instinct takes over. Driver in hand thinking, I can drive this green, but look closer. There's a tight landing zone, fairway, bunkers, maybe OB left. This hole punishes big dispersion, even if it's short. I'll show you how to pick the longest club that fits and how SwingWise helps you visualize that smart target. We're here at the short par 4. Can't really see it, but there's bunkers. It's a split fairway to start, and then there's a waist area to get over. The waist area is not really a problem. That's like, I don't know, 120 yards to get over that, or 130. If you go down the left side of the split fairway, you've got a series of 4 bunkers plus a green side bunker going all the way there from about 120 in. From about 120 to 60 in, you have another 2 or 3 bunkers on the right. There's not much opening there. And then the aperture to get onto the green, if you're short and trying to run it up, is only about 20 yards wide. So what I like to do is in the right fairway, there's a big area that's called the boneyard because some guy named Bones used to hit it in there all the time. But it's a big area. You're in the short grass and you have a complete view of the green for your next shot, whether the pin is on the right side of the green or the left side of the green. It's just an easier shot to have on your second one. It's just a 3-wood to get there, so that's, you know, another plus that I'm hitting a 3-wood. I'm not trying to fit a driver into a small landing zone. And the dispersion area is plenty wide for a 3-wood. Playing the hole the right way, I'm gonna hit a 3-wood, and I'm gonna try and aim just right of that mound, about 10 yards. If I don't clear it, it'll funnel down into the fairway. Let's hit the 3-wood, put ourselves in good position for the next shot. Hey, is that not where I said I was gonna hit it? And now for the aggressive shot. The pin is in the back left. It's kind of in line with that red tip bush, the furthest one out to the closest to the fairway. So I'm gonna try and hit something along that line and see if I can't carry it and get it on the front left part of the green. So to do that, I'm gonna hit my driver. So I wanna hit it higher, carry more of the terrain up there because there's a bunch of bunkers and danger areas. So let's see what we can do here. And I would say this is like a shot that I can pull off about maybe 2 to 3 times out of 10. So not a high percentage, 20 to 30, when I can easily play it out to the right with a 3-wood. So let's see how we do with the ultra aggressive strategy here, which is, by the way, most golfers would do. They're like, oh, I can get it there. It's only 288. Probably because I was trying to get it there, swung a little bit too hard and I didn't have the best contact. I think I saw it bouncing over there to the left, but it's probably bounced into a bunker. Let's go see where they're at, see which strategy makes more sense on a hole like this. All right, so what we feared could happen, happened. I kind of drop kicked the driver, didn't really give it a good enough chance contact-wise because I was trying to hit it hard enough to carry all this stuff. And I saw it bounce and it just ended up in this bunker. I don't know if you can see, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4 bunkers here, and then there's 3 bunkers on the other side. And if Jen, you show them up there, there's only like 10 or 15 yards to squeak it on the green, on the ground. And now we've left ourselves with a very difficult, like 35, 36 yard sand shot and still have to get over this. I'm gonna hit my 54 and open it up. I do have a 58, but it doesn't have as much bounce as this, so I want to make sure I have the club with more bounce. I don't think it'll be a problem getting over. That's the other reason I want to hit the 54 is I don't know if the 58 would carry far enough. So we're gonna open up the 54 a little, see if we can't get this on the green still. Just really not the shot you want to have on a 288 yard par 4 coming into the green. All right. I'd say that's better than I expected, Jen. But like if you scored it like an Olympic judge would for gymnastics or something, this is like a level 10 or something shot instead of like the shot we'll see with the yellow ball over there, which is probably like a top like 1 or 5% of shots you'd want to have into the hole. All right, so this is where the shot ended up. I hit the way I would from a normal golf course strategy perspective. Got plenty of fairway over here. Got a good lie. You know, I'm just a little short of the green. Probably got about 65, 70 yards here. I'm gonna hit kind of a low flight at kind of pitch with my 50 degree. Try and land it about, 15 feet short of the hole and let it roll back. I really don't wanna fly it too much further than 15 feet short because it might go over the green. And as far as shots go, I think comparatively, everybody that's watching this would rather hit this shot than that other shot out of the bunker. I did end up hitting a really good shot, but it's on the green and it's about, 30 feet away. So let's see what we can do from the position A over here. See if we can hole it out. Woo. All right, flew that further than I wanted to, but it checked right away. So I think we're exactly about pin high, maybe, what do you think, 8 to 10 feet, maybe 12? So the good thing is it's an uphill putt. It does kind of crest and then go downhill a little bit at the end. It's gonna go left to right. I'm gonna play it like 3 cups out to the left, or actually maybe 1.5, I think is better. I have made this putt before. Oh! Can't remember if it was in one of the videos or in a round out here. But anyways, we got a comfy par here. I'd say though the stress on trying to hit that shot out of the trap took about 2 years off my life, but you know, no harm, no foul. Still doesn't mean it's the highest percentage way to play the hole. So now let's go over to the other ball that we were playing, the safe, I shouldn't say safe way, the optimal way for me to play the hole based off of my yardage. If I hit my driver, carry it another 20 yards, maybe that would be the shot. I have to hit a perfect drive to carry all that stuff. So it's really not the smart shot. And what we're trying to teach everybody here is just think before you walk up to the tee box. Just because it's a short par 4, don't immediately go grab your driver and try and hit the green. You got to like look at what surrounds the green and see what kind of trouble you might get in. This is the optimal route for me. I can hit that, you know, 60, 70 yard shot pretty decent. So let's see if we can make a tweet. I think it's gonna go just slightly to the right. I'm just gonna aim left side of the hole. Tweet, mother trucker! And that is why you play it the optimal way instead of trying to navigate through 7, 8 bunkers and a 20-yard aperture where your ball is gonna land, or where your ball is going to land. Reachable par 5s. This is the moment. You're in the fairway of a par 5 and you've got 240 in. You want to go for it, you can feel it. But here's what most golfers miss. The lie, the wind, the cover distance, it all adds up. Going for it in 2 is often a coin flip, and a bad one at that. Let me show you how to make a smarter play based on real data. So we reached a good example of a par 5 and how people misplay them. Typically amateurs see that it's a hole. It's like, even if it's a short par 5 like this one only plays probably like 460 from here, they get real anxious. They're gonna think they're gonna hit a great drive and get on in 2. So we're gonna show you how this is probably not the right club because the fairway narrows so much where it's gonna land, and I'd probably be better off playing it another way. But here we go. I'm gonna play it the wrong way. I'm gonna try and thread the needle with my driver on this one. So I don't know if that stayed in or not. I guess we'll find out when we get up there. Now, if I was playing this the correct way, I would just take my 5 wood, aim towards the tallest part of that pine tree way off in the distance. Just try and make sure I find the fairway, and there's still a possibility I'd be able to go for it in 2 if I hit the fairway. I'm gonna try and hit a nice little straight 5 wood down there, about 225, be at the top of the plateau. Oh, God. We hit directionally not very good shot, but since we hit the right club, we didn't go over the ravine. Kind of shows that it's still the right shot to play because I'm still positioned to play the hole and get on in 3 and see if I can't make a birdie the old-fashioned way. So we're gonna take a pitching wedge. I'm just gonna try and hit it over the right edge of the tree, get it down there to hopefully like 120 yards, 130 yards away from the flag. Pretty good, Jen. Right over the tree. We should have a good shot in the middle of the fairway coming up. All right, so we hit what we thought was a really good drive, but as you can see from the contours here, there's a lot of bumps and moguls, and it's only about 20 to 25 yards of fairway here where it narrows. So where I thought I was gonna be in the middle and everything kind of slopes this way, I'm here in the rough, side hill lie. And since I hit the driver, I'm gonna go ahead and try and go for it. I've got 192 to the pin. I'm gonna hit a 6-iron. I'm gonna aim way right of the pin based off this lie that I have. And I'm gonna try and see if I can't get it back there close. Oh, shit. Get out. I think I hit it bad enough for the perfect layup. But I think the point here is I took the risk of hitting the driver. Wasn't when I thought I hit a perfect shot in the fairway. And then I had that kind of crappy lie. And then I'm like, we got less than 200 to the green. Really only have to clear like 160. So I figured the 6-iron, one of my favorite clubs, is a good choice. But based off that lie and stuff, even though I hit the driver, I probably should have laid up anyway. Just kind of showing you like it's not always best to try and go as far as possible on every shot. All right, we got 138 to the flag. I'm gonna hit something about 132-ish, 135, so we'll hit our pitching wedge. Just don't want to go past the pin, so let's see what we can do. Trying to hit it about 132, 133. Pretty much a stock regular pitching wedge. That's gonna be pretty good. All right, probably around 20, 25 feet for birdie. Go hit the how not to play it ball up there. that we laid up so delicately before the river or the creek. All right, back to the ball where we played driver off the tee box when I really wouldn't recommend it. So you can see I hit a really bad shot on the second one, but not bad enough to get in the creek. So it looks like we have a perfect layup. Got about 60 yards. I'm gonna hit a 58 degree. Try and be a little aggressive with it just because it's in this rough right here and I don't want it to come out fluffy. So I'm just gonna take kind of a 2/3 kind of swing and see how close I can get it. And it came out fluffy, Jen. And we went into the swale. But we got a birdie putt, not the end of the world. I think it's kind of showing you like the advantage I had was if I was able to stay in that fairway, which narrows to like 20 yards off the tee for me. That's why I wouldn't normally hit a driver on that shot. And then we've kind of hacked our way up onto the green. Definitely not the stress-free way to play the hole. All right, so back to the yellow ball, which is the one that we were playing smart with. We've got about a 30-foot putt for birdie. Got on in rag. See if we can't get this in the circle of trust and go to the next hole. And we did. All right, stress-free par. All right, back to the ball that played more aggressively. We've got a birdie putt about the same length, maybe a little bit closer, but we got this big swale to go up. Really, like on the other one, just trying to get it down in 2, go on to the next hole. All right, have a stressful little par putt now. Not a problem. So made par on both balls, but I think even though we both resulted in pars, you could see that the yellow ball was a lot more relaxed, controlled. You know, we did have to get back into position after the tee shot a little, but it wasn't like we were that far out of position because we strategically hit something that couldn't go deep into the danger. Once I got it back in play, it just was like a normal kind of par 5 that you're playing in 3 shots. So you be the judge, but I would believe you're gonna be more successful, play the whole 100 times doing it the way we did with the yellow ball where we laid up with the 5 wood instead of hitting driver off the tee. Hey guys, thanks for getting to the end of the video. I hope you found it enjoyable and you learned something today. The premise was, you know, short par 3s, short par 4s, and reachable par 5s seem like easy birdies and holes you should score on. But if you're not careful, they also can be easy blow-up holes. If you use the SwingWise system, we show your wise zone, which is the highest scoring percentage area to land your ball off the tee, and also where you should aim for your approach shots. And it bakes in cover distances, dispersion, elevation, and more to give you the right play and not just the distance to the flag. If you made it this far, thank you. Like and subscribe. If you have any ideas or other content you'd like to see, we're down to hear it, down to do it. Check out the app SwingWise at swingwise.ai to learn more about it. We have a pre-subscription sale going on. It's the lowest entry point you're ever gonna get into it. Please check it out. There's also a money-back guarantee if you don't like it before 30 days. So kind of no risk. Hopefully you can hit up the website and check it out. And if you like it, subscribe and catch you on the next one.